terrific artist, huh?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at the most memorable roles that made dancers' acting abilities impossible to ignore.
Nobody cares who wins.
I suppose you think you're going to.
I might. It's the fastest car, you know.
Number 10. Sarah Haye, Flesh and Bone. Prodigious American ballerina Sarah Haye clearly has a passion for acting. A few years after leaping with the Semperoper Ballet of Dresden, Germany, she landed Flesh and Bone.
I expect you to be the belle of the ball. You'll dazzle and enchant, yes? I want everyone's eyes on you.
The Stars miniseries follows Claire Robin's experiences with a renowned ballet company, whose pressures push her to face her traumatic past. Haye's own family, with such pressures, as well as her physical expressiveness, informed an intense screen presence.
Now let's see what else you can get.
I'm sorry, I'm in the dark here.
Play your cards right, you'll be in the spotlight. Ready for some choreography?
Her grasp of the subtler psychological thrills stood out, and she commanded the screen. Fittingly, she was nominated for a Golden Globe and won a Satellite Award. She has since earned additional roles that have allowed her to expand her range. In Flesh and Bone, though, there's no denying Haye's dynamic talent.
She's brilliant.
She slayed me. Wow. Defeat the emotion. How is it you say that? She has full back.
Number 9. Jennifer Lopez, Selena. Years before achieving pop stardom, Jennifer Lopez entered the entertainment industry as a backup dancer. Then her tenure as a fly girl on In Living Color helped launch her on-screen career, and her subsequent breakout as the eponymous character in Selena was truly earned.
Are they gonna love me, Mama? Yes, Mia. They're gonna love you.
The biopic chronicles the life of Selena Quintanilla Perez, aka the Queen of Tejano music. The riveting and heartbreaking vulnerability with which Lopez embodies the part has won her much praise, as well as a Golden Globe nomination.
Remember when you told me that you felt like everybody's hopes and dreams were centered on you? That means a lot to you, doesn't it?
It does.
It proved she could act, and also foreshadowed her rise as one of Latin pop's most recognizable stars. She still makes time to foster her ever-prolific dancing, singing, and acting career today. J-Lo has clearly served Selena's legacy in more ways than one.
All those barriers that people have been trying to get past, you went right through them as if they didn't exist. Maybe for you they don't exist.
Number 8. Ariana DeBose, West Side Story. Audiences first met Ariana DeBose as a contestant on So You Think You Can Dance. She went on to blow up Broadway, while easing into movie and TV musicals. Then everyone listened up after Steven Spielberg's West Side Story.
In this great, big, beautiful Nueva York. And if you think that I'm going back home to Puerto Rico with 6 kids that I put to bed hungry every night, amor de mi vida, you are dreaming.
DeBose plays the fiery yet optimistic Anita, who's dating gang leader Bernardo. As the Sharks and the Jets war escalates, she tries to remain a voice of reason and resilience, though she's ultimately pushed to her limit.
You think I want to stay here? In a city full of ugly little animals like you? No, gracias.
The musical epic went beyond a showcase of the actress's standout range in dancing and singing, like it did for castmate Rita Moreno 60 years earlier. It also won DeBose the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. Now she's as in demand on the screen as she is on the stage. Number 7. Bob Fosse, My Sister Eileen. Choreographer, dancer, and director extraordinaire Bob Fosse knew how to capture deeply human storytelling through movement and jazz. But he could also act, and 1955's My Sister Eileen was his big break in film.
I don't know if you know it or not, but this place is a real kind of hangout for people in show business.
Oh, really?
Sure. If I keep my ears open, I could pick up a lot of inside information about auditions and that kind of stuff.
In this musical flick, which he choreographed, Fosse also plays Frank Lippincott, who falls in love with the title character as she seeks opportunity in New York. The iconically cool Fosse really warms up in this romantic role when he isn't nailing his own snazzy routines. Frank otherwise keeps the comedy grounded as its heart.
I've heard a lot about Greenwich Village, but this is the first time I've ever been here.
Fosse had acted before this, but this emotional and physical flexibility stole the spotlight in My Sister Eileen. Fosse's on-screen versatility alone proves the genius of his craft.
There might be greater joy, but if there is, you tell me.
Number 6. Leslie Caron, an American in Paris. Gene Kelly was in Paris when he was struck by one dancer in Roland Botti's ballet company. His discovery later amazed the world in An American in Paris.
I swear this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. Well, at least as a civilian. Hi, I just had to meet you.
Leslie Caron portrays Lise Bouvier, Kelly's love interest and source of conflict with a fellow artist. She might initially seem like a typical plot device for an old Hollywood romance, but Caron brings an enchanting wit and depth to Lise, likely informed by her personal experiences in World War II era Paris.
During the war, my parents worked for the resistance. I was so young, they asked Henri to hide me. And if he'd been caught, it would have been the end of him. But for 5 years, he took care of me. He was all I had.
Her expressionistic dance with Kelly in the film's climax is still celebrated as a masterpiece. Caron would continue to win acclaim across numerous genres throughout her acting career, and it all started with some American walking into a ballet in Paris.
All right, you win. It's my lunchtime. You can take me for lunch.
Number 5. Mikhail Baryshnikov, The Turning Point.
Oh, you're revolting. And about as subtle as she is. You know, only this morning she came up to me and she said, Civility, you're the greatest prima ballerina in the whole world.
No, I am.
Few contemporary ballet dancers are as recognizable and celebrated as Mikhail Baryshnikov. He certainly raises the credibility of the Golden Globe winning dance drama, The Turning Point. He also holds his own with the stellar cast as Yuri, a womanizer who begins a relationship with a younger colleague.
After supper? Bed. Okay. Amelia. His joke.
His performance is a dashing mix of commanding presence and vulnerability, and he makes the most of his chemistry with fellow ballet dancer Leslie Brown. The pair were themselves nominated for Golden Globes and Academy Awards. Baryshnikov has since built a notable screen career, and in many ways, this is where it all began.
Is wrong?
No. I personally think everyone should have the right to make their own choice. I like yours.
My what?
Your choice.
Number 4. Rosie Perez, Fearless. Rosie Perez's natural dance skill has always been impossible to ignore, and allowed her to make her mark in the industry both as a dancer and choreographer. A few years after exploding onto the screen in Do the Right Thing, she took things to the next level in Peter Weir's Fearless.
Stop the car. I'm not dead. Let me out.
Perez is Carla Rodrigo, who struggles to cope with a plane crash that claimed her child's life. Her intense grief acts in contrast with the unstable euphoria of fellow survivor Max, played by Jeff Bridges.
You must think that I'm very stupid.
No, I'm not lying. I can't explain it, but you're safe with me.
So what are you telling me? There's no God, but there's you?
Perez brings a subtle emotional complexity to the role that challenges veteran dramatist Bridges, and the movie is better for it. The part earned the typically comedic actress many accolades, including an Oscar nomination, proving she's incredibly multi-talented.
Be good enough or careful enough to live forever, at least we can try.
Number 3. Dorothy Dandridge, Carmen Jones. Dorothy Dandridge's singing and dancing continue to dazzle audiences after the end of the Dandridge sisters. Sadly, the limited opportunities for black actresses meant she didn't get the amount of recognition she deserved for some time. Thankfully, that changed with a film adaptation of Hammerstein's Carmen Jones.
I always did want to see the big town.
You got your wish, honey. Something tell me Chicago gonna be real good for you.
While Marilyn Horne dubs Dandridge's singing, the latter's passion as an actress is breathtaking. Her vivacious, visceral portrayal of a tragic figure made her the first black woman ever nominated for the Best Actress Oscar.
I love you. That gives me the right to...
That'll give you no right to own me. There's only one that does. That's me, myself.
This was followed by several more powerful performances before Dandridge's untimely death in 1965. Though she's gone, her name will live on in history forever.
I'd follow you down the rivers or across the sea, to hell or up to heaven. Why'd you ask?
Just to hear you say it.
Number 2, Liza Minnelli, Cabaret. The daughter of Judy Garland and director Vincent Minnelli would of course be a natural entertainer. Song and dance starlet Liza Minnelli still earned her own place in the film industry with the acclaimed dramedy The Sterile Cuckoo. But it was in Bob Fosse's Cabaret that she cemented her screen stardom.
I suppose you're wondering what I'm doing working in a place like the Kit Kat Club.
Well, it is a rather unusual place.
That's me, darling. Unusual places, unusual love affairs. I am a most strange and extraordinary person.
The drama explores a Berlin bohemian life during the rise of Nazism. From the perspective of American cabaret performer Sally Bowles, Minnelli surely lights up the stage as Sally with iconic musical numbers, but she also poignantly embodies Sally's eccentricities and devastating reckoning with reality.
I'm self-centered, inconsiderate, and what was the third adjective? Oh, yes. And I have this infantile fantasy that one day I'll amount to something as an actress.
The performance won her an Oscar, among many other awards. Besides paving the way for her EGOT, Cabaret firmly established her explosive career on the cinematic frontier.
I'm going to be a great film star. That is, if booze and sex don't get me first.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Fred Astaire, On the Beach. Fred Astaire will always be known as one of classic Hollywood's biggest stars, especially for his dancing with Ginger Rogers in musical comedies. Rogers was notably able to stand on her own 2 acting feet with her Oscar-winning turn in Kitty Foyle. But with On the Beach, a new generation was introduced to a new Astaire.
You? Me? You needn't sound so pessimistic. I've always wanted it, just never could afford it.
He portrays Julian Osborne, a nuclear scientist whose developments have ushered in an apocalypse. It's a part of immense remorse and anger, and Astaire doesn't miss a step.
We fought, we expunged them. We didn't do such a bad job on ourselves. With the interesting result that the background level of radiation in this very room is 9 times what it was a year ago. Don't you know that?
The Golden Globe-nominated performance showed he could handle more serious roles, bringing the house down even without dancing. Of course, Astaire's musical stardom never faded, but On the Beach remains a great revelation of the beloved dancer's reach as an actor.
Lately, with so little time left, my sense of value seemed to have changed.
What is your favourite acting performance by a dancer? Groove into the comments and let us know.
I thought I was free as a bird. Just hanging out for a while with another dancer. Tap dancer, right?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.